times.
Competitive wine tasting?
Competitive wine tasting.
We don't have wine, though.
Aw. I wish I had one.
Do you want one? I mean, I can get us a glass.
That's fine.
We got wine here.
We don't need wine.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Competitive wine tasting.
Let's do it.
We don't have wine.
But we wish we did.
Do we? I'm not a wine person. Really?
Really? I'm a wine person.
I like beer more. I think because the one time I got fall down drunk was off of wine and then it lost my taste. It's like some wines I do like, but they can't taste like alcohol.
Okay. That's fair.
So we're in the study room and it's time to do electives.
Don't forget, Greendale, it's the last day to sign up for a spring semester elective. Horseback ride.
Oh, they've got a class on how to write jokes.
Oh, don't take that. I dropped it after the lesson on setups. The professor is so old.
So many classes.
That's really good.
I'll give you the same advice my father gave me the night I lost my virginity. Just pick one. They all cost the same.
Fair.
Yeah, apparently.
So, you know what I've always wondered with the study group? Why hasn't their, like, class just been an elective? I know, like, for the first season it made sense. Mm-hmm. But I'm, like, wondering, like, for, like this season, maybe, like, going on, like, why don't they just pick an elective to do together and not, like, an actual class?
Yeah, but they all have their own interests.
Yeah, it's fair. Let's talk about what people are enrolled in. So we don't actually know what Annie or Shirley get enrolled in because they're not really part of the plot that much in this episode.
Our dance teacher encourages us to take acting classes to tap into our emotional cores, so Troy and I both decided to take it together.
Yay.
Foosball was full.
I'm on the wait list.
Don't give up. I was on the wait list for this media class for a year and a half, and I finally got in.
Who indeed? A critical analysis of television's Who's the
The
Boss.
professor of this class is the author of this book.
You got him?
I know.
So, what are you taking, Jeff?
Well, while you knuckleheads are expanding your minds and souls, I'll be expanding my liver in Italian wine tasting.
I don't think it's how that.
Molto bene.
I don't think it's how the liver works.
I assume you have your own wine cellar.
Pierce does. And it's...
Anyone can have a cellar. It's what's in it that counts.
Pierce's has a special gym with swings and saddles.
We don't.
Oh,
discuss
honey.
the special gym.
Abed's in a class called Who Indeed, a Critical Analysis of Television's Who's the Boss.
Nice. Hyper specific, but that's the kind of
The
stuff
professor
he
wrote
likes.
the book.
He wrote the book.
Oh my god.
Literally wrote the book.
Britta and Troy are taking acting class.
Yeah.
Because their dance teacher suggested it, and Troy's on the waitlist for foosball. And Jeff and Piers are actually taking Italian wine tasting.
Nice.
Which didn't seem like a class. It seemed like drinking.
That sounds like fun, though.
That's fair. Also, Shank's in that class.
Yeah.
Because free coats.
Because he just steals people's stuff.
Right, so let's get into a little bit of them. That's like kind of the main thing. So Jeff and Piers are taking the class.
You're taking this too?
Hell yeah. Got drunk ladies, fancy bathrooms, and a room full of free coats.
Oh my god.
Sorry I'm late, Nan. Are you present?
Yeah. From before your chin dimple filled in.
So sorry.
Bye.
Wow. Who's the dumpling with a nice Asian pear?
No.
That's the first time sexism has made me hungry. But she is something. I fear I may have to let her see me nude.
I might have to take a shot myself.
What kind of class is this?
What's so funny?
Well, why would a woman want a Plymouth on cinder blocks when she could have a Testarossa 500 horsepower with a 6-speed stick?
Because my stick is ribbed for her pleasure.
Oh my
I
god.
think those are
Yikes.
wrinkles. A lovely name for a lovely...
Not interested. Please take weird haircut, stupid grin, and go sniff another dog's ass.
Nice.
There. Nice. And then they see a woman, and both of them are interested in her because she's pretty.
She's pretty.
Nobody says anything racist.
Nobody says anything racist at all.
Or sexist.
Nope, not at all. Nope.
So Jeff goes up to her and is like, being Jeff.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like, no.
Yeah.
So like, good for her.
She shuts him down real quick.
Yep. And so and then Pierce is like, let me take a go at her. And
Yeah.
Jeff's like, okay.
Yeah, right. Because Pierce can't say anything that's not inappropriate.
Nope. Let's go to the other plot real quick. So that's the acting class of Professor Gary. He's back.
Yay.
Remember?
I remember him.
This is gonna be fun. I can't wait till we choose stage names. Which do you think is better? Trevor St. McGoodbody or David?
I don't think you have to worry about stuff like that. This class is more about introspection.
Drag. Less of a drag.
Quiet! Form a trust circle around me and sit on the floor.
A trust circle?
It's just a circle. It's a circle. Sit down.
So we're kind of implying a bit that maybe like either like that Troy is attracted to Britta.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Or maybe
it's vaguely hinted at.
Or that he's into pretty women.
Right. That's I just interpret that as more of like hot girl is hot. Girl hot. Hot girl. Hot.
It doesn't say any that way, or maybe because she's older, so like.
Yeah, but I mean, he does think Annie's hot though.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's a whole
it's been a while.
It's been a while.
So then Pro Security is like has a reading circle, and he's like, to be an actor, you need to release your inner pain.
Yeah.
Access and share with us a profoundly deep and painful memory.
Oh, jeez.
I'm on the playground. Stop taunting me.
Good. Early childhood is a
terrible.
treasure trove of pain.
That happened this morning.
You're a... Me? I don't think.
I don't want you to think.
Oh my god.
Feel. Go back. Dig in. Immortalize. Something hurt
Immortalize? I don't think that's.
Are you thinking
I
about
was
it?
captain of my high school football team.
Ugh.
I've always felt somehow ignored.
Hi, Vicky.
Almost
Aw,
invisible.
Vicky.
Like every time I go to say something, somebody just...
My uncle put his finger in my no-no.
Troy!
God, no. Jesus.
This is where acting begins.
This is gonna get very uncomfortable.
Uh-huh. But Troy doesn't really have that much inner pain. He's like, his life's pretty good.
You know what? Troy can't complain. He was like, he's a kid who peaked in high school. Like, you know, life's good.
Basically. And people are talking, and people are kind of making fun of him because his life has been fine for the most part.
Right. Well, it's especially because you get a bunch of like theater nerds in a room with like the former jock. Like, they're not going to be kind to you, buddy.
They're not.
You are, you know, you're ripe for the picking on.
And then he's like, oh no, like I'm like, so then he's like feels like he's being bullied. So then he's like just decides to make up
some trauma.
Make up some trauma, which involves an uncle.
Yes.
Touching
him inappropriately.
Touching him in his no square.
Yeah, that's bad.
Which everybody goes like, oh, and then we feel bad for him, and that's where acting starts. I mean, and also Britta feels like really bad and like kind of like in touch with him because like Britta needs to fix people.
Britta needs to fix people, and Britta just like is attracted to damage.
Britta needs therapy.
Britta does.
I feel like everybody
needs therapy. It's so true.
Everybody in life needs therapy. Therapy's nice, isn't it?
It is nice. Would recommend.
So that's the other class, and then we go to Abed's class with Professor Ned Ryerson.
Ned Ryerson.
It's Stephen Tobolowsky.
Yes. Wonderful actor.
Yes.
Welcome to a critical analysis of Who's the Boss. I am Professor Peter Sheffield, and I'd like to begin with a simple question.
Who is the boss?
Who was the boss?
Angela.
Yes.
Angela.
Right?
Oh well, class dismissed.
Yeah.
The answer is not quite that simple, Mr. Abed. Few are. Now, if everyone could please turn to page 12 in my book.
And so he basically has class, and then he's like, so who's the boss? And I remember when I first watched this, I'm just like, Angela.
Yeah.
And then I was
pretty
like,
straightforward.
Yeah, it's like Angela.
Yeah.
And like so it's like this whole, and
It's
everybody's
supposed to be a rhetorical question.
And everybody's like laughs at him saying like, okay, like,
yeah,
let's study this first. But then I'm like, but no, like, my thing is like, no, but the way the show works, like she hires Tony Danza.
Yeah.
I know it's like, I think it's because of like, it's like, it's a job that's like, you know, more like female oriented.
Right.
But like, still, Angela's the boss.
Yeah.
Judith likes the boss in general.
True.
So those are 3 plot points.
You really have to finish that whole book by tomorrow?
Yeah, but it's a page turner. I'm in the chapter right now where he traces Tony Maselli's genealogy all the way back to Caesar.
Oh, it's got to be better than wine tasting with Pierce. He refused to drink Pinot Noir because he thought it was French for black penis.
And he's late. Again.
It's not your fault.
Oh my God, stop.
One day soon, that man's going to run out of ways to shock people.
Everybody, this is Wu Mei, and we're getting married.
Yay!
But it's not going to be today.
Oh, this is a hot mess of an episode. God.
A little bit. So we go back to the study room. Abed's reading this book to try, I guess, like to try to like maybe figure out like what he's missing.
Right. Yep.
Which is nothing.
Nothing. No.
Troy mentions that Pierce is late, and then Britta kind of consoles him, being like, "It's not your fault." And then Abed's kind of like, "What did you do?"
Right. Because like something has shifted. What is it?
And Jeff is also like kind of, people wonder where Pierce is, but then they're kind of like, there's nothing Pierce can do to shock us more. And then he comes in with Wu Mei, and it's like, we're getting married.
Somehow that happened.
Somehow.
As a whirlwind affair.
I mean,
yeah,
he's old. I mean, he knows it's fine.
He's old. He doesn't have much time.
He's already done it 7 times. It's fine.
Yeah, he's experienced at this. No need to. Let's just skip to the.
But this like worries Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
In that, how did Pierce get the hot lady when I didn't?
Yeah.
Not actually worries.
You're getting married to that beautiful young thing? Well, stranger things have happened.
No, they haven't.
I mean...
You said you guys just met?
Yesterday after wine tasting class, I mentioned that her breasts were larger than most Asian women. And we just got to talking. Hawthorne Wife's are the #1 moist towelette in Asia. Anyway, after a few minutes, we both just knew we were meant to be together forever. Or at least until she gets heavy.
Oh my God.
After him for his money or a green card or something. They seem to really like each other.
Yeah, and Pierce married 3 of his wives after knowing them less than a month. Maybe he's just a romantic. Not that you would understand romance.
Don't preach to me about romance, Annie. I had a 3-way in a hot air balloon.
Not. But like he's trying to make it up like, oh no, she just probably wants like his money or like an immigration thing.
Right.
Like whole thing. And everybody else kind of like, no?
They're like, maybe he could just be happy, or maybe it's just a good thing.
Maybe they actually genuinely get along.
Maybe we don't have to look that much into it.
No?
No, it's fine.
But then as they're leaving, Abed asks Troy like what's going on with Britta.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take on his pain.
Oh
Tend
my
your
God.
own garden.
Aww.
I didn't have a painful experience to share in acting class, so I made up this story about my uncle.
What about their football career because of
But
an
it's a
injury?
men in pain. It helps her pretend to be mentally healthy.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed.
Really?
Troy, nothing good can come of this.
Yeah.
She's right.
And then Troy's like, oh, well, I didn't have any emotional pain, so I just made up the story about my uncle and my no-no square.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. And Abed's like, so Britta likes damaged men. I don't know if you noticed, but like this cannot end well.
Yeah, there's no way this is gonna end well.
No.
And Troy like knows that, but that doesn't mean...
He keeps going with it.
Yeah.
And we get a meme.
Yes.
No, Uncle Lucius, I don't want to play in the laundry room. My emotions.
Meme.
Oh, is that a meme?
Yeah, the meme. Yeah, that's a gif.
Actors drink a glass of cognac in a bathtub.
Word.
Troy, I feel like I'm seeing a whole different side of you.
Britta, no!
My heart is mad at my kidneys and my mouth.
Oh, shit!
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
I wasn't expecting us to go there.
Oh, hi. I'm
You
glad
okay?
you come. Please sit.
Wow, okay.
I felt like we got off on the wrong foot yesterday, and I wanted to
So
offer you
Britta can
my,
never find out.
other foot. First, let me say,
My emotions.
And he does that, and then he's still kind of faking these emotions with Britta.
Mm-hmm.
And then she kisses him.
Yeah. Brittany just like... She was just, I guess, feeling it, and because she likes damaged men, and so like, yeah, she just went for it. And I was like, oh,
you okay?
Was not expecting that.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. That just took me off guard for a second. It's kind of funny, but like in a terrible way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then later on, Jeff is talking with Wu Mei, trying to figure out like what her deal is.
Mm-hmm.
My mother will make the customary shark's fin soup, and my father will get drunk and make bad impression of Borat.
Aww.
Very gentle soul.
Okay.
Let me tell you that I am a lawyer, so if you need any help at all navigating the whole green card immigration hassle...
I am dual citizen already.
Oh, well, if you'd like me to look at the prenup, I assume you have one.
Yes, but my father's lawyers will take care of this. After all, we must protect our family fortune.
Maybe she
it
thinks
was,
it Pierce
that
more than
means
you.
It was very nice talking to you.
It happens.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay.
Okay, goodbye.
Why were you grilling her?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bust into her apartment. Do you have any grappling hooks?
Grappling hook.
Grappling hook.
How can you say those things without any trace of irony?
That's why they call me Irony-Free Annie.
Trust me, that's not what they call you.
That wasn't nice.
But like the two things I was thinking is immigration and then money. But like it turns out that like she's a dual citizen.
Sorry, dual citizen.
And her family's rich.
Yeah.
So like maybe it's just they like each other.
Yeah.
But no, because Pierce isn't hot.
Right.
And not as hot as Jeff.
Right. Jeff got rejected, so so that means something is wrong.
I think Andy kind of realized that too. So kind of like, dude, like really.
Mm-hmm.
So then, okay, well before I'm gonna finish up real quick. So then Abed kind of goes to the professor and is like, I read your whole book, and I think Angela's the boss.
Yeah.
Mr. Abed, will you look at my wall?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see?
Photographs.
Of what?
You.
With whom?
Tony Danza, Judith Light, Alyssa Milano. Who's the Boss Season 3 caterer? Gordon Giddy Up Galligan.
I have studied this show, Mr. Abed. I am not a fan. I am not a groupie. I am an academic. When asked the question beyond the question, what is a boss?
I really think it's
that is
Angela,
even more
because if
rhetorical.
it's a
You are
boss
going
that you're
off the
looking at,
wrong
it's
end with
definitely not
Angela.
It is
Listen to
Angela.
that. Why don't you teach the next class? That way you could share your open mind with everybody.
Cool. Cool.
And then the professor's like, I am an academic.
Right. He takes Who's the Boss very seriously.
Right. He's like studied this. He's got pictures with the cast and the crew.
Yeah.
And then he's like, fine, you know what? You teach the class.
In 9 of 11 known possible fields in which one might teach, employ, guide, oversee, and or otherwise hold dominion, the empirically provable answer to the question, who's the boss, is...
Ned Ryerson?
Angela Bauer.
Ned Ryerson.
Yay.
Class dismissed.
There's a path you take, and a path I'm taking. The choice is up to you, my friend.
Cool.
Cool.
I don't know what was happening.
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna wrap up Abed's thing because it's not like So then Abed teaches the whole class and then proves that Angela is the boss, and the professor's very upset.
The professor has like a moment.
And he's class dismissed, and then he's really like upset, and then like says like, and then Abed kind of says like, "There's a path untaken, a path taken. Choose your path."
Mm-hmm.
But then, so then the professor opens up a drawer, and first you see like a gun, and then he opens up more, and then it's like, what was happening?
In What's Happening, yep.
Which, to be fair, I don't know what was happening.
I'm not really sure what was happening.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Let us know. I didn't watch it.
Nope, sorry. I barely watched Who's the Boss. That was just because it was on ending a night for a period of time.
Yeah.
So then anyway, we go back to, we should mention the kind of mentioned the joke, the restaurant, the same way in the last episode.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so the engagement party happens at the same restaurant.
So did the wine tasting.
Oh, yeah, the wine tasting too, yeah.
You said if we didn't, you'd slash our tires.
She is funny, like Oprah.
Oprah's not a comedian.
No, you are funny, and you are like Oprah.
What?
Thank you.
I just hope she can satisfy me. I'm like an insatiable baboon in the bedroom.
Oh, no.
Don't sell yourself short. You're a baboon everywhere.
Seems like just yesterday me and Abed dined and ditched here.
Get it?
Check that out. Hats off to Pierce and the Hot Red Dragon.
Why do you keep
Now,
calling
who
her that?
owns the wipes?
Long means Red Dragon. But that's her middle name. In China, they put the last name first. I mean, they're nuts over there.
So they have an engagement party, and Jeff is like still upset about the whole thing, and then Chang comes up, and we realize like throughout this, like Chang keeps calling her Red Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
This is like kind of says like, well, that's like, I think it's like a thing of like her last name and the way how do people?
He's referring to like last name, first name.
Yeah, like how is it set up exactly? I don't like.
Yeah, it would be like last name, first name, and then middle.
Right. Okay. So, and then like at some point, like Wume gave Jeff like a moist hell ever or something, and then like on it says Red Dragon. Mm-hmm. So he does some research.
Yep. Quick pulls out the phone.
Right.
Thank you all for coming. I know it seems fast, but when you find the right person, you just know it. I know that because I found the right person 7 times. So the drinks are on me. Let's stick to the crappy stuff. I don't want to get cornholed on the bar tab.
Pierce, you can't just throw around a term like that.
Cornhole. Cornhole. Cornhole.
Pierce, Troy was molested.
Oh my God, no! Oh, I'm drinking a sip of uncomfortableness.
Troy, we didn't
Did it get worse?
Troy, do you need me to recommend a support group?
Oh my God. This is terrible.
Abed knows.
Oh, this is terrible. This is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, about that.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't so much molested.
Oh my God.
As much as I made it.
Oh my God, I hate this.
We're gonna laugh so hard about this later.
Are we?
Propose a toast.
Secondhand embarrassment.
Wu Mei Hong Long.
And then they're making some toast, and Pierce says cornhole, and then Britta gets upset.
Yeah.
And then she just like
blurts out that Troy was molested.
And then Troy's like,
he's like, actually, really funny story about that.
I kind of made it up.
Yeah, this is gonna be hilarious later, but like right now, made it up actually. Thank you. Bye.
Fair. And then Jeff comes in and is like,
better known as Mei Hong Long Wu, is not only not a Greendale student, she works for Red Dragon Wipes, the #2 wipe in Asia, to saving Pierce from the clutches of a corporate spy, and to me, for being attractive enough to get a girl like her under normal circumstances.
yay.
Oh, what a mess.
Very impressive, Veronica Mars. You learned how to use Google.
And you learn to fight your physical desire for me.
Stick it. You suck.
Yay.
Wait.
Record scratch app.
This is fine.
Oh, what a hot mess.
Yeah, so she's been lying to you, Wu Mei has been lying to you. She actually is like, their family owns the Red Dragon Moist Towelette, the second most popular moist towelette in Asia, with the first one being Hawthorne wipes.
Yes.
So she just wanted to like get back at you. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, good job. And then leaves. It's like, screw it.
Nice.
And then everybody's upset.
Everybody's sad.
And Jeff's like, hooray, like I proved that I could get her in other circumstances. And we're like,
yeah, because it's Jeff, it's not really about helping anyone out. It's just about him winning.
Most people went home. The rest went with Chang to your place to have a ketchup fight.
Oh, geez, I better get back there before he starts playing monkey drop. Don't ask. You're mad at me? You should be thanking me.
For what? Ruining my relationship?
What relationship? You just met the woman and the entire thing was a lie. She was just using you to get your company in China.
And I was just using her to get her company in the sack. People use each other, Jeff. It doesn't mean that there aren't good feelings that go along with it. I liked her. She was busty.
yeah.
I think what you were trying to do is prove that no woman could want me.
Is he wrong?
What a complicated mess.
Right. And then Jeff and Pierce are kind of like, after leaving, Pierce is like, why did you do that? Mm-hmm. And then Jeff's like, no, I was helping you. She was using you. And then Pierce is like, I don't care. I was just using her to get in the sack.
Right. They're both using each other. Is
like,
that so bad?
And then Pierce like, no, you weren't helping me. You're proving that a woman like her could not be attracted to somebody like me.
Yeah.
Which, like, fair.
Fair.
And then in acting class, Britta's still mad at Troy and, like, kind of realizing, like, the men that she's into and probably needs help.
Yeah.
Acting class! Mm-hmm. I think she's mad.
Oh, you're here.
Look, Britta, I'm really sorry.
Troy, kissing you was a mistake. It will never happen again.
Good.
Before my ex-boyfriend Pablo was arrested for forging church relics, he accused me of only being attracted to a certain kind of guy. It was hard to understand him, though. He was pretty huffed up on paint.
Well, my uncle never stuck his finger in my plop-plop. I know, I'm bummed about it, too. I'm sorry.
Poor choice of words there, honey.
Fit in with you guys.
See, it's fine.
The pain of not having enough pain. Still pain, young man. That may sound like an easy resolution. We're not writers.
That's true.
We're actors. story. It doesn't matter here. All that matters is our time in the spotlight.
And so,
really chewing the scenery
by all
there.
known definitions.
And Garrity comes in, and then Troy kind of confesses to like he lied, and then he doesn't really have any other pain.
Yeah.
And then the Garrity's kind of like, not having enough pain is also pain, and he's like, I feel like that's probably like a light wrap up and like not really fulfilling.
But we're not writers.
Did you like that?
I really like that. It's like, that probably seems too easy. But we're not writers.
We're actors.
We're actors.
And then everybody so then at the end,
Are you still thinking about studying acting?
I'm auditioning for Professor Garrity's all-black production of Fiddler on the Roof. It's called Fiddler Please.
Oh my god.
What's she doing here?
You're both rude, you're both deceitful and racist, and you both come from moist white dynasties. I think having that much in...
You're paying.
You're dressing slutty.
Fine.
Fair.
How about Mexican?
How about Thai? They're like Chinese Mexicans.
Oh my god.
So true.
Yay?
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 We're back in the study room, and Britta kind of talks to Troy about, like, are you going to keep acting? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to audition for the black version of Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
And then Jeff brings May to Pierce and kind of, like, to, like, apologize, kind of say, like, look, you're both kind of, like, rude and racist.
You guys are actually terrible, so you might actually work together.
Yeah, we didn't mention Wumi's kind of racist.
Yeah.
Because she calls Shirley Oprah.
Yeah.
And, so it's like, at least I could come for one date. So then they go on the date, and then, well, she's like, you're paying, and then he's like, you're dressing slutty. And he's like, all right.
Yep.
And then...
That's love, I guess.
I do kind of love it. He's like, how about Mexican? And she's like, how about Thai? They're like Chinese Mexican.
That's terrible.
It's terrible. The end?
The end.
The end tag is the production of Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof.
It's hard to be Jewish. It's hard to be Jewish. Hard to be Jewish in Russia. Yo, bagels and lox. Diamond shots. It's hard to be Jewish in Russia. Yo, hard to be Jewish. Hard to be Jewish. Hard to be Jewish in Russia. Yo. Someone drop an Old Testament beat.
Oh my god.
Dreidels.
Oh no!
Yeah. I love this.
Do you?
It's funny.
Good. It is very silly.
It is very silly. What did we learn today?
Don't be racist.
Don't be racist. Don't lie about trauma.
Don't lie about your trauma. If you're attracted to him just because of his trauma, look at yourself in the mirror. Take a good hard look in the mirror.
Angela's the boss?
Angela's the boss. That's all we needed to know about that. And I don't know. Sometimes just because they're not attracted to you doesn't mean they're not going to be attracted to anybody.
Right. What do you think? There's a lot of cringe.
There's so much cringe. I was so, like, the choice of plot made me so uncomfortable. Because especially a lot, it's like miscommunication, fabrication trope, which I don't like the ones where like, yeah, let me lie and hope this doesn't blow up in my face. I'm like, it always does. I mean, that's the point. That's why it's there. But it always makes me really uncomfortable. And it was about like a very serious topic, so I was like, but yeah, a lot of cringe in this episode. So not my favorite, but kind of like some funny stuff.
No, I agree. It's not like one of my top tier. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like, there's like, I think it's like, you know, like there's like, it's not one of those episodes, and there's really not many in Community where like, I'm like, if I'm like going through a run through of the show, I'm not like dreading it. I was like, kind of like, I'll watch it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Do you want some trivia?
I love some trivia.
Okay. Wu Mei's father does an impression of the character Borat. So that was like mentioned like when she was talking to Jeff.
Yeah.
Troy signs up for Professor Garrity's all-black production of Fiddler on the Roof. I don't think I've seen. I want to see Fiddler on the Roof, but I don't think I've like the movie.
Oh, okay.
I think I saw some of it because it was like on TV one day. But it feels it's like really long. But then I think it's just like Gwen Stefani song "Rich." If it was a rich man.
Oh yeah.
Jeff mentions the Ferrari Testarossa and Crystal Plymouth when comparing himself to Pierce. Cars. Lightning McQueen.
Ka-chow.
Is that what he said? I didn't see Cars.
You never saw Cars?
No. I heard that was a bad Pixar movie.
Cars is fine.
Cars 2.
Cars 2 is bad, but Cars is fine.
Cars 3 it exists.
Yeah. Cars 3 is there's an interesting way to feel about that, but we're not going to get into that right now.
All right, Professor Sheffield has pictures of himself with Who's the Boss actors Tony Danza, Judith Light, and Alyssa Milano. Wume thinks Shirley's funny and like Oprah.
Oh, no.
Abed takes a film class that critically studies the 80s sitcom Who's the Boss. The professor also wrote a book about what's happening in ABC's sitcom from the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
And Wume compares Chef to when she figures out to Veronica Mars.
Mm-hmm.
This show we're going to do eventually when I finish it because season 3 is not that good.
Oh, really?
We'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Echoes of the theme song of Who's the Boss plays. Sheffield sits alone in his classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Garrity looks directly into the camera at the end of his dramatic delivery of a rather unprofound line regarding what being an actor is all about. He especially is also a jab at actors and drama professors who sometimes take themselves a bit too seriously.
Yeah,
I know those times.
That's true. A lot of them do that, I feel like.
In this second season commentaries, it's mentioned that the theater classroom is actually the anthropology classroom with different chairs and a black curtain on the wall. That's what I was thinking of, like, compared to like Parks and Rec, of like clearly like this show like didn't have the budget of like one of those shows.
Yeah.
So
they're just doing its best.
Isn't that what we're all doing?
We're all just doing our best. I'm just trying, man. I'm just trying my hardest.
Comments? Please.
I would love to go to a comment corner. We're gonna do Asian population studies. Somebody made a comment about how they think our format is unwatchable, but like, joke's on you. You commented, so that's engagement for us.
I think some of them are saying like people keep saying this and you don't listen, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's not like
we talk about it.
Some people said that we've talked about why we do it this way.
Yeah. But it's fine. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's
yeah.
Okay. We're doing our best here. I mentioned this comment before, but I think it's really funny. Gabby Chan comments, watching this before watching the new Chainsaw Man episode. That's how much I enjoy your videos, which is basically the highest compliment that we can get right now.
Somebody else mentioned like we should watch Chainsaw Man, and I'm like, is that like a horror show? And then I was rewatching something we did, and they're like, oh, it's an anime.
It's an anime.
And it's popular apparently.
Super popular right
now. Like
Attack
on Titan's popular?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like that. Kind of like that level of popularity.
My knowledge.
No, that was good. I was very proud of you for making that reference. Sabo says, I feel mixed about this episode because I feel the impact this episode has on the rest of the show is large enough that I enjoy it in the long run. So that's fair. McFine says, very nice to see this pop up today. It would have been icky if Jeff had taken any action because of his motivations. It was wonderfully subverted, though. That's true. I forgot about that scene. I was like, what part was that? And I remembered. JTU says, I haven't seen a single reactor get Troy's Emmanuel in space joke. Emmanuel in space was a porno, by the way. Yeah, we didn't get that. Sorry.
I didn't. I think I remember like hearing that, and I genuinely thought Emmanuel in space was like a space movie.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the Laserdisc.
I got the vibe of that, but I didn't get the reference enough to like laugh at it. You know what I mean? So Zom says, oh yes, SG1 is great. The first season is a bit rough, but it's really good. Also, Peacock has some free stuff and some paid stuff, but the free stuff gets tons of ads because life is terrible. I added that last part. Life is terrible. Anyway.
I did hear, like, I thought you couldn't get the original stuff from the free stuff, but I think that you can. My mom was watching stuff on Peacock, and it was the original stuff, and I'm like, oh, I thought we couldn't get that. But I was wrong.
Yeah, it's interesting. But we have a really nice comment here from Brian Comstock, who says, you two are incredible. I love this show and your format for videos. Feels like I'm spending time with friends. Thanks so much. It also says, it's such a warm feeling watching them. Great insights, funny commentary. It's the best. Thank you so much. That was like the sweetest gosh darn comment ever. So
like,
thank
you know, like that feeling of like, am I actually that funny? And then people say that you're funny, and then you're like, oh.
I base my self-worth about how funny people think I am, which is bad. But sometimes it works out in my favor. So thank you. I love all of you. All of you are wonderful. Even the people who leave us hate comments, because I love that engagement so much. Now we're going to read Celebrity Pharmacology 212. I think this is talk a lot about DARE in this one. Sam says, I barely remember the DARE program, and one of my uncles was the DARE officer for my school. Also says, I think the most interesting argument I've heard for the whole drug problem was make them all legal and the issue will sort itself out. I'm pretty sure there's a country that does that. I don't know. And I don't know if it's worked itself out. But that is a heavy topic that we're probably not going to get into
I just feel
today.
like instead of punishing people for doing drugs, we send them to rehab.
Mm-hmm.
And like help them get over the drugs and figure out why they're taking the drugs.
Mm.
That help? Anything?
That's the whole thing. I yield to other people on that topic.
Like the comments?
Yeah. Like people on the internet. They're experts. Silas McNunya Business, which is such a great name, says, fun thought. It's kind of funny how legal drug dealers make up special words for what they do. Bartender, barista, sommelier, pharmacist, and I guess a long time ago, there used to be something called a tobacconist. I didn't know that. Who specialized in that. But someone changes a few words on a piece of paper, and now they're just a drug dealer. Honestly, that's like straight truth. But I don't think we're all ready to have that conversation.
Is the pharmacy just like a drug dealer? Because like they're being told that you're allowed that you get to give this person this drug.
They have drugs and they're dealing them, so they're drug dealers. But that doesn't mean like in a bad way. It just means that like it's.
But what if I don't pay for the drugs when I get them?
That's probably should. I mean, although healthcare should be free. So
I was gonna say insurance, but like
insurance can suck my ass. Anyway, today's episode is sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Just kidding. Please pay for my medical procedures. Anyway,
or just make it all free and pay.
Yeah.
And make sure that doctors still and nurses are paid well enough because they deserve it.
They
go through a lot.
They do go through a lot. Sabo says, not a major fan of this episode, but it was a very fun reaction. My graduating class was about 155 people.
That's so tiny.
That's tinier than mine actually. So that's pretty small. Because I know
that's like way tinier than mine.
That is literally 10% the size of yours.
We get it. I had a big graduating class.
Yeah, I went to a big school.
Big school with
lots of kids. That's scary.
Why do you think I barely know about some stuff's going on? It's too big. Like I think our like college graduating class was only like 500 more.
Viralfootprint.exe says the logic of weed being the gateway drug before alcohol or cigarettes has always been wildly absurd to me. My 5th grade DARE class was taught by a sheriff's deputy who made drugs seem amazing. I thought it was purely just mere incompetence for the longest time. Later on in life, looking back on things, it seems like it could have been intentional, honestly. Word, school to prison pipeline, but I digress. Silas McNuny just comments and says, DARE, that stuff was genuinely funny. They'd put on one of their cringe PSAs. Guy takes a puff of the tiniest joint ever, and 5 seconds later, he's howling at the moon and stumbling around in highway traffic.
Drug PSAs were the best.
They're great. Also, speaking of Gabby Chan, also says, great reaction. Jeff subplot makes me incredibly uncomfortable too. Sometimes I skip this episode. Honestly fair. Are you guys thinking of watching Chainsaw Man? I think you'd have a lot of fun.
I didn't know what that was. And I thought it was a horror thing. So I was going to say probably not because Kaylin wouldn't.
I actually do want to watch Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
So, but it's because it's a super popular anime right now and I have FOMO. So, anyway.
What's FOMO?
Fear of missing out.
Okay. So what the kids say?
That's what the kids say. I mean, FOMO's been a thing for years now.
Okay, fine.
If I know what it is, then it's been around for a little bit. Anyway, that's all the comments we have for today.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, iTunes, Patreon, Gmail. Like, subscribe, rate, review, comment, retweet, share, give us money.
Woo.
You think one day I'm going to totally remember all that and not have a blank?
No, that's good.
Join us next time as we are almost on Community Season 2.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
We're going to watch episode 21,
Paradigms.
Paradigms of Human Memory.
Yes.
And 22, Applied Anthropology and Culinary Arts.
Oh, nice. That sounds fun. Oh boy, that sounds crazy.
Both.
Yay.
All right, so first action, fan action. I'm Dar Whitman.
I'm Kayla Clothier.
Peace. Let's go to one place for the cheese.
Lingering.
Turns out Pierce has been to China many times.
It's the only place to get fireworks that are too dangerous for Mexico.
No.
Oh no.
You want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
You okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Peace.
Peace.